have some impression in your brain about what is the TSCT, is right. So now, in this section, I will share with you about why I have this original idea and what was in the clinical practice to move this TSCT development. Just like to say the history of the TSCT to this section, original concept and the trajectory of TSCT development. So you see, this story we start from this picture. Okay, this picture, 1993, about 25 years ago. This younger, you look at me, so younger, it's 25 years ago. I with Ismail, Professor Ismail, who was the chairman of Professor Department of the Pittsburgh University in USA. We went to China, Sichuan Huaxi Medical University for a visiting lecture. At that time, and Professor Ismail, he mentioned to me that you do the implant just like this and like this. What it means? The implant. You don't think it's too much. You don't think it's too complicated. It's just like a natural tooth prosthetics. So everything, you just want to make it simple. You don't get to do so complicated. So then the next question, what implant is the simpler? What implant is the simplest? I start from the one-piece implant. You see the picture? All these implants is the modern one-piece implant. There are not any component, is right. And this implant, their slogan, they said, back to the root. What it means? It means you just put the root. It's just a natural root. You just put the root back to the bone. And then you put a crown and cement it on. That's all. So simple. The concept is so simple. It's right. So my idea, TSCT idea, came from this. And before 25 years ago, I do a lot of the one-piece implant. And the one-piece implant, I also very famous in Taiwan. I'm number one in Taiwan. I do the one-piece implant. And then everything, we thinking it, keep it simple. Okay. And then you see this implant, there are no component. You know, it is a very simple implant. And its design, you see, it's a step taper. And it's the step tapping. And a little taper, the geometric, and the screw. And this implant is very easy to insert into the bone. So in the surgery, this implant is very simple. Make it very simple. It's just no any component. It's just a screw. It's just insert it into the bone. That's all. Finish. And then the second. I mentioned simple surgery, and the third, the simple impression. The simple impression about 25 years ago, simple impression and a laboratory procedure. Also, I made it simple. You see, this is I have mentioned this above. This is a triple tray impression. Is right. This is one-piece implant. At that time, 25 years ago, I did triple tray impression. And this is a laboratory procedure. Also, it's very simple. You see, the final processes, I think, all the general technician. They can do this very easy. So so everything we just make it simple. And this is now we do this TSCT, simple impression, and the simple laboratory procedure. Most of the concept I came from that time. From that time, I did one-piece implant. So I say this is the trajectory of the one-piece and the two-piece. Is right. So now let me see the surgery trajectory between the one-piece and now at present we use two-piece in TSCT procedure. So I want to check what happened in one-piece implant and how different or not different between the one-piece and the two-piece implant when I do the surgery. Okay, now let's go. You see, this is one-piece implant. Delay the implantation. You see, this is one-piece implant. It's just like I have mentioned this in last section. Also put that and put the tonic cap and the suture, and then that's finished. And also we put the provisional crown immediately, because this is the immediate provisionalization. Okay. The same, the defect. You have see this in last case, in last section. You see the bone defect, one-piece implant, bone graft, GBR membrane. That's all. And finish this. And this also is, this case is flapless. The different case, the delay implant, this is the buccal defect, this is flapless, and we put the one-piece implant. You see, also we give the patient a provisional immediately. So we reviewed, just I show you several different situations, from the delay implantation, from the buccal defect, from the flapless implantation, and so are the different situations. And in this case, it's flapless, and you just want to see the result. I just would like to say the result could say maybe much better than the conventional two-piece implant. If you see this case, do you understand inside what? One piece or two piece? You cannot identify what is what. So I say the one piece could result much better than the one piece. Okay. And much more the cases about one-piece implant in anterior single tooth replacement. Always a good result, no problem. So the trajectory of the one-piece to two-piece, they are not different. They are not different. But I want to mention that there is only different. This is a long-term follow-up. This is one-piece implant here 10 years ago. 10 years after 10 years. It's a CT. Everything is fine. It's okay. It's okay. And this is the situation of now. The present we use two-piece implant to perform the same situation. You see, this is immediate flapless implant. This is Anchor SB2 implant. Anchor SB2 implant. I show you a lot of about the Anchor SB2. And this is the tonic cap, and place the final abutment immediately and put the tonic cap. And this is a provisional crown. And this is after surgery, the X-ray. And after, I think this is after three months later. 3 months later, and we finish the final processes. Look at it. It's very nice. It's very nice. This is one piece, is right. This is one piece. Just we have seen that, or a very good result, is right. Now I show you this two piece. I do this very early time, I think maybe over 10 years. And then, very difficult. Too bad. I use the finger. Wow, why the mouse is everywhere. Okay. I just want you see the video. In this video, I show you step by step how I drill in, how I put the two-piece implant. I say you can very easy and listen the music. My finger here, I can detect what happened if the drilling is outside the buccal bone. I can the finger will give me some information. And this is Anchor SB2 implant. The final abutment, the wrench torque, we tied the final abutment. A little adjust the abutment, and then we seal the whole abutment, the screw. And a little adjust, and then we put a crown. Yes. No, because I use the provisional crown directly, immediate provisionalization is right. So we don't need the tonic cap in maxilla anterior teeth. Maybe sometimes patient will ask, no, you have given me a provisional. You have to give me a tooth, or I cannot go outside. If you have the chair side, you have a time. Always I will do the temporal crown immediately after the surgery. At that moment, in that case, I don't use the tonic cap. But in most situations, I use the tonic cap, because the tonic cap, if you have put some graft in there, the tonic cap could avoid the grafting escape from the socket. And the other, if the bleeding is more bleeding, I have used the tonic cap. And maybe I will take some the simple suture there, and then avoid the continuous bleeding. So in this case, you see everything is good. This is now in TSCT, I performed patient. I use the two-stage implant, and this is early time. I use one piece, and immediately also is immediately give the patient a provisional. The same, no different. The same situation, but there are only one thing is different. I say they are not different. No, only one thing is different. You see this case, the implant direction is tobacco tipping. In this situation, if you use one piece implant, that will be in the contraindication. Because if we use the one piece implant in this, that we cannot make a proper processes. So you can understand. So in this situation, you have a use like this, angled abutment like this. We use angle abutment to correct the implant direction. It's right. So when you use one piece implant, you have to be very careful to select the cases. It's right. Until so far, there is only different. You have to judge what implant can use the one piece, and what situation you can use the two piece. But now I change, because even this case can use one piece, or even this case we can correct the implant direction. So it's more convenient if I use the two-piece implant. I know that problem. I don't think about what implant direction will happen. It's right. So I think we know time. Okay, if we have time, we go to this. And this picture and this video, I just want you to understand how I prepare. Just you saw that. You can back to. You see this? You see this? This is high speed. This is a high speed. This is a high speed. And this time, the handpiece is speed up handpiece compared to the conventional we use. The different. The gear rate is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That means the speed will up. And 60,000 RPM. 60,000 RPM. So it is a high speed. Why? And this drill in the tip is carbide bead. And in this there are scale marker. So how deep what you drill, you can see how deep I drill. So I use this as my pioneer. I create, because this implant, this speed and this drill have a very efficiency capability. You can cut the hard bone, you can give a correct direction. I want to this direction. I don't impact by the bone, because the bone is hard. You use the general the drill, it will displace to the soft side. Hard side you cannot put. But if I want to keep the direction, so I use the high speed. I can control the initial channel. The initial channel, after I created the initial channel, and then we keep go ahead to widen the channel step by step, depend the surgical kit And they have this 1.5 millimeter, 2.5 millimeter, 2.8 millimeter. So I create this channel, continue. So this is also the anchor SB2 implant. You see, always we have to put the implant beneath the bone, maybe 2 or 3, even 4 millimeter. I don't care because I can put the longer the abutment, the gingival height. You see, now implant here, and now we have to go to put the. Hey, sure. Okay. This is the angular abutment, the proper position, and we use the Wrench torch to tie. And seal the abutment hole. And put the bone graft. You see, we adjust, and this time we put the tonic cap. One week later, you see the tonic cap here. 1 week, the soft tissue wide open, and 1 week we give the patient a provisional. This is after surgery. You see, this is a bit before treatment. You look at, and this is the bone graft here. After 6 months later, this is 3 weeks. 6 months later, finish the final processes. A question?
What kind of bone graft do you put?
One time?
What kind of bone graft?
What time?
Materials?
I don't know.
Oh, I just have the other doctor. She also asked me what bone graft. I tell you, that is nothing. I use a cheaper, the bone graft. The bone graft basically is HA and plus TCP, TCP mixed, maybe 40% to 60% mixed together. It's very cheaper and very a long time to resolve. But in my concept, I don't think the graft is important, because always you have the thinking, you put your implant mostly in the natural tooth. Even you have put your implant fixture into the natural tooth, maybe 70%, and the other 30% just to cover the bone graft. The other thinking, if you put the implant in the 70% in the grafting site, and only 30% in the natural tooth, natural bone, no good. That we are very dangerous. Where get you fail. Do you understand? So early time I did a lot of the grafting. Every case is grafting. Now after 20 years after, I go later, upside down. Maybe 10% I use the graft. Maybe the 80%, no. So in my concept and in my experience, the graft, no so important. Or select even a case is really need to augment the bone. I also have, but I now show you today. So, okay. Now I'd like to show you. This is very typical in my early times. I do this, and I did this. Give me so many confidence in after the force, after the mover, how I have this confidence to to do the present TSCT. You see this case? How is your opinion when you open the flap? You see this. What is your solution? You know my answer. I always do one operation. Is right. How to do one operation? From begin to finish, only one operation, no more. What is your opinion? I show you the case. Video. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Open the flap. Just I have mentioned you this trio is very important for me. Very important for me. It's my love. Every case I use that. Okay, you see the tip carbide marker, scale marker, how deep? Okay, and its diameter only 1.1 millimeter or 1.0 millimeter. Very small the drill. So just I have said that I use this to create my guide channel, guide the direction, guide the everything, just a beginner channel. And the following, we use the surgical kit, the standard drill to extend, to wider the channel. And this is a rumble, covered rumble. Also, I widen the orifice. The orifice widen, and you see the implant direction is perfect. You see, and this is the final, the last drill. Now this is one piece implant. And you see that the range, the top range, the range. You see my finger, a little force. That means we get a stable the stability. And this is finish the implant fixture insertion. And what's happened here? I call this is tripod gauge. Tripod engagement technique. Tripod engage. What tripod? 1 point here, 1 point here. This is a hard bone here. This is cortical. The crest bone here. This is 1 point, 2 point, medial side, distal side, and the third point is into the basal bone. So I give the tripod. It's very stable there. So we get a stable initial stability. So we can get a good primary stability. I use this concept, tripod. So in precedence, now I do the preparation. Always I keep this concept. And then now we